have a secret. Who wants to know my secret? I can't tell anybody my secret. That's why it's a secret. Nobody can know the secret. Shh. When it's no longer a secret, I'll tell you. But for right now, I'm gonna keep it to my motherfucking self. First and foremost, I know I already started, but I don't even know why I say first and foremost. There's no point to say first and foremost, is there? Anyways, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Samantha Sphinx. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. I do apologize for the echoiness. I moved my office into another room and I can no longer find my microphone, and I just have not had the opportunity to get another one. And I figured I'm just gonna work with what I got. It's what I got. We're gonna do what we can and move on with our lives. So here I am, showing up to the show, doing my thing. And I'll be honest with you guys, I came into this today not knowing what the heck to talk about. My shows are unscripted. I literally just wake up in the morning and I'm like, hey, I think I want to record a YouTube today. And I get ready and then I come, I sit down and I just say whatever's on my mind. That's like my job now. And I freaking love it. And I love it because it's carefree. And as long as I'm putting out one episode a week, I'm going to try to start doing 2 episodes a week. But as long as I maintain that momentum for like the next 6 months to a year, maybe less, something amazing might happen. I don't know. And so that's why I'm just going to keep coming back and doing this, because I think it's great. And it's a way for me to share my story. It's a way for me to empower other women to step up in their roles that they play on daily. It's an opportunity to speak for those who can no longer speak for themselves, like my mother, God rest her soul. It's an opportunity for me to use my voice for women who are afraid to speak up, for women who feel oppressed or repressed from whatever it is that they're dealing with in their life, whether it's the relationship that they're in or the culture, or just not feeling like they are able to use their voice. So that's why I do what I do. Because I think that what I'm doing takes a lot of fucking balls. Let's be real. It really does take a lot of balls to do what I'm doing in this moment. And I am so grateful and honored that there are so many more people like me who have the balls to take a leap of faith and just go after whatever it is that they want in their life. Because it's important for us as humans to be able to enjoy our experience while we're here on planet Earth. And I think that people don't realize that we are eternal, infinite beings. I'm almost positive it says that in the Bible. Almost positive. And so if you can relate to that and know that you're an eternal being and your time here on Earth is temporary, and you should be aware of the fact that your time here is temporary, why wouldn't you use your time in the most optimal way possible? And that would mean giving yourself the opportunity to create the reality that you see for yourself, whatever that future may be. And don't downsize the idea of what it is that you want for yourself. And to some that may seem scary, like going from making 60, 75,000 a year to 250,000 a year. That's a big jump in numbers. And I think that for some people that's scary. Like, how could I make that much money in a year? Like, what? And I remember having that mindset. I remember before I ever became a nurse thinking like, oh my God, what a dream it would be to make 100K a year. Like, how amazing would that be? Because at that time, I was making maybe 30 or 40,000 a year. And I remember being in college and working through college and having a 3-year-old and being on Medicaid and welfare just to get me through nursing school. Like, I did all of this at one time. And in that time, I remember thinking to myself, like, how the fuck could I make 100K a year? Like, I can do that. I can. And it was scary at first because I had never seen numbers that big before. But I fucking worked through it. I went through nursing school. I worked myself through nursing school. I lived off welfare. I did what I had to do to get to where I'm at right now. And for the last 10 years, I was a critical care nurse. That's what I did. And I made a lot of freaking money. I made some good money. But I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't put my mental health at risk anymore for the sake of numbers. And it took a lot of rewiring of my brain and changing my mindset and realizing that the only way that I could grow and evolve myself as a person was to remove myself from situations that were not productive for my personal growth. And that involved taking a leap of faith and trusting that the path that I'm on is what God wants of me. The way that I connect with spirit, with source, with my energy, God within me, is through meditation and synchronicities. And the numbers don't lie. And when I say the numbers don't lie, I'm talking about angel numbers. That is how I get my confirmation and my personal validation that I'm on the right track. I literally trust numbers. That's what I'm doing. I'm trusting numbers and spirit and my gut. That's what I do now. And so far, so good. And I'm going to share something with you guys. As much as I didn't want to get a divorce and as much as I wanted to make my marriage work, I knew it was the end. And I kept seeing synchronicity after synchronicity when my ex-husband brought over the paperwork. And I opened the folder and I looked at the case number. I started like bawling because the case number were very, very specific angel numbers to me. And when I started crying, Steven, my ex, was like, I knew you were gonna cry. He goes, when I saw that, I just knew that you were gonna react the way that you're reacting. Because he knows how much I'm trusting the numbers and spirit. Like, he knows that angel numbers for me are a really big deal. And that may seem fucking crazy to some people, like what that may sound like. But I literally trust angel numbers now. And so when I saw that my divorce cause number were those very personal, specific angel numbers to me, I knew I was making the right choice. I knew that I was on the right path. And there are a lot of other things happening in my life that people don't know about. Even the people that are closest to me don't know about, because there's certain things in my personal life that I'd like to keep to myself. And I only want to share that information when I'm ready to share that information with people. I don't feel obliged to go and tell Tanya, Nancy, Barry, Harry, Larry, anything, because it's none of their business. It's my own personal business. And I think that more people should value their privacy. And I know that I'm here on YouTube talking about my life, sharing my fucking life, okay? Yes, I know that I'm doing that. What kind of privacy is that, Samantha? You're over here talking about your life story on YouTube. That is not privacy. You're literally telling the world your story. You're right, I am telling the world my story. But I'm telling my story through a different perspective. I share thoughts and ideas about my personal life, but I ultimately don't share certain sacred moments within my life because those moments are sacred to me and they'll be my personal moments. You guys only get a piece of what actually happens in my life. So that leads to assumptions and people creating stories and things like that. And so that's why for me, I like to come back here and I like to clarify shit as it arises. Because y'all have a right to know. I want to be authentic. I want my audience to actually know who I am. So yeah, I'm going to be honest about my own personal life. From my perspective, and because it's my life, I get to pick and choose what moments I share with you. But when I do share my moments are real as fuck. They're true to the heart, and I ain't lying. I'm being honest. And sometimes that triggers people. It's not my fault. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. I'm learning as I'm growing, and I will continue to learn and I will continue to grow. That's kind of loud now. I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background, but if you can and you love it, it is by East Forest. East Forest is amazing musician. Highly encourage you, empower you to listen to his music. 616 when I looked at my phone. What was I talking about? Angel numbers. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I will tell you, angel numbers. I'm still learning a lot about astrology and angel numbers, but since I started this spiritual journey and since I started listening to numbers or paying attention to numbers, I've seen a really big change in my life in the best way possible. And so I continue to trust numbers and rely on them. Maybe that's why me and my husband didn't click either, because he just can't fathom the idea that I make decisions off numbers. He's probably like, this bitch is so crazy! Oh, I love you, Stephen. Maybe he doesn't feel that way. That's just what I think. But I am big on numbers. Numbers play a big deal in my life. When I see them, I trust them, and I move towards that way. Or I'll ask Spirit a question and I'll ask to see specific numbers or specific colors, and it'll happen. Like really quickly, actually. Within minutes, usually. Sometimes it'll take about a day. But when I want an answer from Spirit, like specifically, I'll be like, please give me the answer within a certain time frame, and I usually get a response, whether it's through numbers and or a song. I listen to a lot of music. I like to do a lot of shuffle playlists. So when I'm listening to my music, I'll just be having a conversation with myself in my own mind, and I'll ask questions to Source. And I'll just shuffle the song. And believe it or not, the songs answer my questions. That's how I run my life. Oh gosh. But in a responsible manner, okay? I am a risk taker by nature, and I just feel like if you're not gonna take a risk and you're not gonna put yourself out there, then like why even try? Like you might as well go balls to the wall or not at all. Balls to the wall or not at all. Oh goodness, it's the numbers for me. It is the numbers for me, y'all. So that is how I get confirmation and validation for myself. Before, I used to call my sister, I used to call my other sister, I used to call my other sister, I used to call my brother, my other brother, my other brother. Yes, there's a shit ton of us, okay? Mexicans like to have a lot of fucking kids. I would call all of them. On top of that, I would call my sister-in-laws, I'd call my best friends, be like, hey, da-da-da, hey, da-da-da, hey, da-da-da. And I wanted everybody to agree with the decision that I was about to make, or just get some sort of validation from people. I did that all the time. I didn't even realize that I was doing that until literally April of this year. But I always needed to talk to other people to make a fucking decision. I could never make a decision by my damn self. I really couldn't. And so now, I don't call anybody. I don't talk to anybody unless I absolutely have to. But I don't ask for anybody's validation or confirmation on my decisions anymore. Nobody. The only thing that gets my attention when making a decision is spirit, source, God, energy. That is my confirmation and validation for the decisions that I'm making now. And like I said, so far, so good. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. My life is going, whew, we're kind of in, I don't want to say the Dead Sea, but we're kind of in the drifting phase of the ocean, if y'all know what I mean. And I'm about to hit waves. The waves are coming. And I'm just gonna ride the wave. I'm just gonna go with the flow. We're gonna move, we're gonna grow, and see where the wave takes me. And I do believe that my shallow river has made it out into the ocean. And I'm gonna swim, motherfucker, swim. I just got freaking Finding Nemo in my brain. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, 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 swimming. Just keep swimming. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep swimming. And I know that the opportunities that I want for myself are being created because I'm making the effort. It's Abel Hart. If you guys do not know who Abel Hart is, look at him, look at him. He's so handsome. I think he has a girlfriend. I'm almost positive he has a girlfriend. I'm not his friend or anything like that, but I have a feeling he has a girlfriend. But anyways, Abel Hart, he plays Hertz music. Go listen to some Hertz music. Change your brain, change the way the waves in your brain work. Once you change the way the waves of your brain work, you evolve as a person, you grow. Okay. What is your point, Samantha? What is my point, y'all? My point is to be a magnet. Be a motherfucking magnet, okay? Whatever it is that you want to attract into your life, be that person. Be that frequency. Be of the thing that you want to attract to yourself. What does magnets attract? like the fucking metal, right? She's like, shit, shit. So, if you want to be something and you want to be somebody, then you just have to change your mindset, make a plan, put it into action, and watch the results. And just keep going. Like the Energizer Bunny. How does he go, the Energizer Bunny? He's like, anyways. Just keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Ooh, this is a good song. Curiosity by Bryce Savage. Just keep going, y'all. You have to keep going. And you have to break out of your old ways. Your old ways will hold you back in so many ways. And for me personally, this past week, I found myself going back towards my old ways. And I don't know if it's like the eclipse season or whatever's happening on the 21st. There's something happening, and I'm not big on astrology yet, but if that's what I'm feeling right now, I found myself in my old self, and I was making choices from the old thought perspective, and I realized that, and I was aware of what I was doing, and I apologized to myself first and foremost, because I felt like shit for what I was doing and how I was doing it, and I didn't like that I was having those thoughts or treating a certain thing a certain way. So I was proud of myself for making myself aware of the situation. But I was able to change my mindset. I was able to change my behavior and my communication in order to create what I actually wanted, if that makes sense. And it all comes down to just being aware of who you are, acknowledging that sometimes you're the villain and you are the bad person, and the way that you're behaving it's a little controlling or a little selfish or unloving or whatever. But for me, being able to be in that moment and realize that I was actually the one in the wrong, and accepting it, and then being like, oh, fuck. Oh, you know what? That's right. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Like that was my behavior. Okay. And then I'm aware of it. And I'm not hard on myself anymore, and I don't criticize myself when I make those mistakes. Like, okay, Sam, like, cool. This is what happened. This is what we did. This is how we can change our behavior for next time, or if something similar to that pops up. But I'm proud of myself for that, because I didn't used to take responsibility for my actions. And I'm learning to now. I'm learning to apologize when I know I'm the one that fucked up. And I'm also opening myself up to so much more on a personal level than the way that I used to. Like, my poor ex-husband, that man had to break down so many walls to love me. I was caged up like a motherfucker when he came into my life in college. I was in a really bad relationship before I had met my husband. I was cheated on constantly, and it was a very manipulative, one-sided relationship. And it was really hard for me to break out of that relationship. And so when I did, and I found my husband, like, I had massive walls up. And he had to break down so many walls. And so what I'm trying to say is that this time around, my walls are down. They're like completely down, because I'm giving myself the opportunity to be open to love without judgment or fear or anything like that. But the difference between then and now is I consider myself to be very spiritual now. And I trust energy more than anything in this world. I can literally stand next to a person and know whether they're a good person or not. How I know that, don't ask me, I just fucking know. I know it sounds crazy, but I can literally like look at people and I know exactly what they're thinking, or maybe that's just my assumption. I don't know. But actions speak loud. Anyways, look, this is the point. I consider myself to be a very, very spiritual person now. And the energy doesn't lie for me. It really doesn't. And I trust. Woo! As I said that, my third eye lit up. And that's what I mean, energy. There's this certain feeling that I get when I'm talking about things, or I'm feeling things, or I'm trying to make a decision, and I really listen to my body. When my third eye lights up and my heart lights up, and I just, like the things that I feel within me, I know I'm making a good decision. Like I just did right now. This was a good decision. Sharing what I just shared was a good decision, okay? And that's how I trust spirit and energy, source energy, the energy within me. And when it comes to making a decision and it being like a no, I can feel it. Like there's this heaviness on my heart and my throat kind of feels like it's closing up when I know it's not the right decision. If I don't feel in alignment and I don't feel like my third eye light up or my heart light up, I know it's not for me. And so far so good. Like I said, trusting energy and the numbers, all of it it's been good for me, and I'm gonna keep doing it that way because it's working. Now I have a lot of things like working in the underlayers that I can't share with you guys yet, because remember, you are not supposed to share your ideas, your workings, nothing like that with anybody until it's done. It is law. Don't tell anybody what you're doing, what you're working on until it's done. So when my shit is done, y'all will know. Okay, but right now I'm telling you nothing, but we are working on stuff. All of us, all of this, yes. Okay, I think I'm done for today, Spirit. Is there anything else you want to say? Yes, I know. Yes, just kidding, it's Miguel. Yeah, Miguel's here. Hello, Miguel, how are you? I'm watching him on the TV. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this episode because I have no idea what the fuck I just talked about. Angel numbers. See, I forget, you guys. My brain is like all over the place. Because I'm like, here, there. That's what her brain does. # mental health. Anyways, I love you guys. I think you're amazing. You're beautiful. Please just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. If you're a spiritual person and you love angel numbers, I love angel numbers too. I'm right there with you. I will be crazy with you, trusting energy and numbers and all that. All the delily shit. Let's just do it together. If you guys want any information on rewiring your brain, please visit Mr. Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can go to We Are Gaia. You guys can learn about ancient medicine, about your dreams, about aliens, whatever it is that gets you a little tickle on the inside. If you're interested in any type of ayahuasca retreats, please look down below in my description, and I will have Sacred Relations Healing and Just Be listed there as well if you guys are ever interested in any type of healing, holistic medicine work. Again, thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you for supporting me and just being in this moment and being present with me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste, bitch.